Red and Blue, Ryu and Ken, Sonic and Shadow, and Phoenix Wright and Miles Edgeworth, Catherine and Catherine. Rivalries in games can create some of the deepest connections to characters, as well as great motivators for players to improve, or at least play favorites. Of course, there is a difference between pure antagonism and a rivalry. The characters' goals have to align, and they have to be in direct competition with each other for it. For instance, Waluigi remains a great rival to Luigi, as they're both competing in various sports and dances in order to actually be acknowledged by their peers. Whereas Mario and Wario, well, one loves competition and the other kinda just loves money and praise. Now, not all conflicts necessarily have to come across as rivalries, and while a great antagonist can make for a great rival, it takes a lot of care to make them still feel threatening as a big bad villain if they lower themselves to the hero's level. So it's still shocking to me that Super Smash Bros. Of all series managed to take a purely antagonistic villain and not only keep his evil video game boss qualities, but develop him into a strong foil for his hero in ways that make sense and develop his character. I speak, of course, of
King K. Rool! Yeah! Fuck you!
The Smash Bros. Series is a bit selective when it comes to representing its characters well. For every bit of Ganondorf exuding raw power, Diddy being an overconfident and mocking doofus, and all of Snake's codex, you get Ganondorf being a tired old man trying to be a race car driver instead of a warlock, Wario being a farty man who only has a couple of moves in common with Mario, a supremely bestial Bowser, and he's a ball! You get it?
Sonic Spinball!
If someone came out of Brawl and thought that Olimar's personality was anything other than carelessly abandons the lives of his plant slaves and cowers behind them, floundering as he uses them, I'd be, well, glad that they figured out that he's a much better character than what was shown. However, the implementation of King K. Rool into the Smash series was absolutely stellar. Centered around a sumo-based, bulky aesthetic, K. Rool is all about seeing what your opponent has to dish out and powering through with a gut-based offensive. This almost bullying nature is perfect for the cartoonish crocodile, and the sheer force behind his strikes sell the dastardly dictator as a force equal to his apely arch-nemesis. Add in his multiple projectiles, strange disjointed recovery, the S&K,
Hey, come on!
and multiple references to his various appearances, and K. Rool feels like one of the most completely realized characters in the whole Smash roster. Fighting K. Rool has been likened to a video game boss, overwhelming you with a full frontal assault, punishing any mistake you make or attempt to directly challenge him, and requiring you to deftly avoid him and strike at his weaknesses to fell him, and I find that intensely apt. However, what I find most engrossing is what Smash added to the character's, well, character. King K. Rool has never been much of a rival to Donkey Kong. Outside of that one racing game, that one time they played baseball together, and maybe the multiplayer of DK King of Swing if you're feeling really generous, K. Rool has never really competed against Donkey Kong. He hates the guy for embarrassing him, feeding him to sharks leading to him accidentally blowing up his ancestral home, and being better at dancing than him.
Anyone can do it, anyone can dance. My moves will hypnotize you, put you in a trance.
How's he do that?
But K. Rool doesn't exactly share DK's desires. The man hates bananas, DK lives for bananas. K. Rool wants to steal bananas to make DK stop living. Never really gets more complex than a desire to kill a guy using produce. But Ultimate adds to King K. Rool more than any other villain in the Smash series. K. Rool doesn't want to be stronger than Donkey Kong, he wants to show DK up and beat him at his own game. K. Rool's MO in Smash is not only to be his glorious self, but to embarrass and destroy Donkey Kong in every conceivable way. Now, the most obvious comparison to make is his running animation. One of the easiest things to port and smash would have been K. Rool's run from the first Donkey Kong Country. It's a straightforward dash, looks suitably goofy, good reference, has his belly very pronounced, works really well. However, K. Rool instead dashes on all fours, something that he's never done before, but DK's done for decades. This sets up that really cool shot at the end of the K. Rool trailer, where DK and K. Rool are charging directly at each other to have a big punch-out in the sunset, making the parallels between the two incredibly obvious. But Smash does have this penchant for making its more bestial characters a bit more primal, shall we say. One look at Brawl Bowser can tell you that much. This new run could just be the dev team's design mandate for the DK crew, not an intentional draw. But it just keeps happening all through K. Rool's moveset. Donkey Kong needs to use a smash attack in order to perform a deadly clap? K. Rool can do it in a tilt. Oh, he considers a gigantic punch special? Well, the derangeable despot can unleash one in a smash. He's a world-class boxer after all. DK has a grounded berry attack? Well, looks like K. Rool just has to have one too! With the exception of the boxing punch, none of these are moves that K. Rool usually does, or match up with any animations, or even a regal or bestial persona. The only thing they match is Donkey Kong.
Cool.
K. Rool's aerials, however, are the most standout showings of his primate prejudice. His neutral air is the exception to this rule. You could argue that his gut is the only way to match DK's nair, but his belly bulge is more in line with the bullying design of the rest of his punch powers. His other aerials, though, compete directly with the Big Ape. DK's upward headbutt is met with the most try-hard of gravity-defying head slams, K. Rool exceeding DK's power at the cost of incredible end lag. DK has a single big foot stomp down air. K. Rool will have to match it with both feet to show his foes what a real stomp is like. DK's pitiful-looking, slightly busted back air is countered with K. Rool's full dropkick forward air, both serving as great spacing, combo, and offstage tools. And of course, there's the dunk. Where DK has his giant fist forward air, a signature of his since Smash 64 and Donkey Kong 64, K. Rool's back air features a far more menacing, punishing smack into the abyss. Back airs are very often approach and spacing tools, with forward airs commonly being meteor smashes if the character should have one. So K. Rool having these roles reversed feels very deliberate. And for the icing on the banana cream pie, both of K. Rool's spikes, down air and back air, have the exact same startup as Donkey Kong's respective spikes, at 14 and 18 frames respectively. Anything you can do, Rool can do better. And considering that DK's air game has been consistently his best aspect through the Smash franchise, outside of one game's insane grab combo, there's no aspect of DK's kit that would hurt more to show up than off the ground. Even K. Rool's sense of style gets in on this action. It's no mistake that in a game where humiliating DK is the most important thing, the aristocratic alligator's final smash is a non-canon game over sequence from Donkey Kong 64, far more concerned with blowing up Donkey Kong Island than actually killing his opponent. The Smash Ultimate remix of Gangplank Galleon samples a few of the monkey noises from the bonus room song of Donkey Kong Country, before the drums take over and K. Rool really rises, burying the pitiful, whimpering apes behind him. And then, of course, there's the rap section of the song. I'm still not completely confident that I can trust these lyrics, but Come on. One of the most emblematic elements of Donkey Kong's soundtrack is the dangerously cheesy DK rap. Something that's been remixed in Smash since Melee. And you're going to tell me K. Rool has a rap segment in his main theme that's not designed to prove his lizard lips are more deaf than the monkey's mouth on the mic? Forget about it.
Who wrote this trash?
Before the inclusion of King K. Rool, the strongest rival dynamic in Smash was between Kirby and King Diddy. Both shared similar movesets, inhale mechanics, had multiple jumps, but none of the airspeed to use them. And Diddy even had a neat bit of lore where he learned to inflate himself, just like a balloon, by wanting to catch up to Kirby. Their status as the best of frenemies has been well conveyed ever since Triple D showed up on the scene. However, while Diddy brings his development as a rival in from his home series, King K. Rool basically has his competitiveness with Donkey Kong invented wholesale for Smash Ultimate. And rather than feel jarring, it feels like a totally natural extension of the character's personality. It fits the narrative of this villain who's been gone for so long, abandoned even in his own series, finally coming back to show that he's superior to his lazy nemesis in every conceivable way. As a kid who unlocked Jigglypuff in Smash 64, saw that there were 3 more characters to unlock, and dreamed that one of them would be King K. Rool, this isn't what I hoped the character to be. This was better. Smash Ultimate creates a wordless narrative for K. Rool through animation and presentation alone. A vicious, cocksure, showboating aura of dominance coming from the Croc and proving why he deserves to be there. And yeah, he's totally going to get cut from the next Smash if it downsizes the cast. But that almost doesn't matter, because this design is more than just a love letter to Donkey Kong Country. It's something that furthers the character, that pits him in direct contrast to Donkey Kong, and makes him showing up in another game all the easier and all the more exciting. I feel like K. Rool has gained a lot of fans with his appearance in Smash, and if he weren't so gleefully and insanely set on being the cooler DK in some aspects, I don't think he'd come across as so likable. So, I really gotta thank the Smash team here for doing my boy justice, and giving me more than what I wanted. They knew how to evolve the Crocodilian Captain. They knew just when and how to design for Rivalry.
Think about the meanest guy that you know. Is he cruel, is he bad, does he talk real slow?
It's a villain that I wanna play. I don't know if I can be that way. If I gotta be bad, I gotta find a way. Talk bad, look bad, be bad. Walk bad, think bad, be bad.
The villain in your mind has to be unkind.
If you wanna be good, you gotta be bad.
Lies and fibs, cheats and steals, my treacherous villainy makes me squeal. I never tip, I butt in line, I never clean the dishes and it suits me fine. I'm so pleased and such a sleaze, this bad guy thing's a breeze.
Gonna steal, gonna be untrue. I'm black-hearted through and through. If I wanna be bad, I gotta walk in his shoes. Talk bad, look bad, be bad. Walk bad, think bad, be bad. The villain in my mind is gonna be unkind. If I wanna be good, I gotta be